You know, it's been a little bit over a month now since the Oculus Rift CV1 came into my possession. Figuring out exactly how I was gonna review this thing has been pretty vexing for me this past while. I'm still not entirely sure what kind of path I want to go about it. I mean, if you're looking for a traditional rundown of the Oculus Rift right now, I don't even feel that I'm really the best qualified person to give you that kind of an overview. I haven't tried out many other virtual reality headsets. I'm biased, and I'm absolutely not going to be able to really give a unbiased or unfiltered opinion. So I'm just going to give you the basic rundown, if that's okay with you. When I compare the Oculus Rift CV1 to the DK2, it's kind of easy to really pick the CV1 in terms of quality. It's better in almost every single way. Better optics, better ergonomics, better audio solutions, thinner cabling, less wires to deal with, more comfortable. It really is better in almost every way. Really, the only two factors that I would say the DK2 over here has over the CV1 is in regards to their FOVs. The DK2 feels bigger in many cases. The vertical FOV completely and utterly encompasses everything, while by comparison with the Oculus Rift CV1, half of the time I feel as though I'm noticing the edges of the display in a way that I didn't with the DK2. It makes it feel slightly more binocular in nature, and I can see the shape of the Oculus Rift's field of view in a manner that I just didn't expect when I initially picked it up. In addition, there's a brand new artifact created by the different type of lenses being used inside of both these headsets. The DK2 uses a more normal type of lens that you can pick up in many different locations, but the CV1 uses a custom-made DSLR-style Fresnel lens, and that has introduced these God Ray artifacts that are rather bothersome and can be very distracting in many instances, downright to the very moment you put the headset on for the first time, because they use black on with white text over it. High contrast scenarios pop using a very weird light streaking effect, reminiscent to the way light kind of streaks out from small spaces of shadows in between in real life. It's very distracting in certain instances, and it's a very big damper on the experience of what would otherwise be a complete and total upgrade over the development kit too. It's such a big hamper, as a matter of fact, that I don't really feel that it is a worthy upgrade to the DK2 at the price range that it is offering. If it were at the same price as my DK2, which was $400, and that's including shipping, back in 2014, I'd be a little bit more impressed, but at $600 US, I feel like I paid $200 more than I would have wanted to for this product. I'd give you a comparison to the other virtual reality headsets, but I haven't tried them, and I don't want to give you an uninformed opinion, so the best I could do is compare some of the supposed hearsay, but I'm not going to bother with that at this point in the section. If you're wondering for my overall rundown, I'll mention it again at the end of this review, but essentially I feel that it's a little bit too expensive for what they're trying to give you. I could stop this video right there. That's more or less the full extent of my objective thoughts on the Oculus Rift CV1. But there's a lot more to my thoughts on the CV1 than just that objective perspective, and I feel that sharing that with you would be more valuable than a million other reviews just sharing with you the basic rundown of specs and how those interact with you. If you want those specs, there are plenty of other great videos by other websites and people who have worked hard to produce them. But I want to share with you my thoughts on the Oculus Rift CV1. And to understand that, you have to understand me a little bit better as a person. Guys, I'm a fan of Sword Art Online. I'm a very big tech nerd. I've been following virtual reality since 2012 when John Carmack announced the first DK1 or pre-DK1 devices back at E3 in 2012. And I'm a student of engineering. I have ambitions. I want to see virtual reality be everything that was promised within Sword Art Online and more. And right now, even though this kind of tech is a good beginning, I'm failing to see a lot of things. Sword Art Online featured Full Dive, the most sophisticated level of virtual reality, barring reality warping and full-on psychological manipulation via either brainwashing or super acceleration of Axel World. It is highly sophisticated, and I was never going to pretend for even a single moment that the Oculus Rift was going to be capable of reaching that metric. But even within the region that it tries to cover, which are sound and optics, I still feel that the CV1 fell short. I was hoping for better out of this product. I bought the DK2, and out of faith, I hoped that the final unit would be superior, since Oculus themselves said that the DK2 was just a preview of what would be coming, and all the positive information that people have been giving about the development kits that have appeared afterwards, and the prototypes like the Crescent Bay and all of those. I was hoping for so much more, and the final result that I've gotten feels like a very small upgrade, which, from a development perspective, one could consider that a good thing, since you wouldn't want there to be an enormous gap between your experience and the final experience of the consumer. But I can't help but feel that 2 years later I would have wanted to see more after the influx of $2 billion. But I can't help but think that they almost took a step backwards in some areas. You improved some areas, being optics, better displays, nicer lighting, more ergonomics, but in the end, that's not what I was looking for out of a virtual reality headset. As a tech enthusiast who's been following things since 2012, I can remember the kind of expectations everyone had. We were going crazy, fighting each other over 4K or 1440p displays inside of the headset. We were talking about 2 displays versus 1 display, 120 Hz versus 90 Hz, or even 150 plus field of views, or 130, or at least 120. So you can imagine how big of a disappointment we can go from having 4K as the expectation to now having this 1080 by 21 or 1200 by 2160 resolution, and having a sub 110 degree field of view, having only 90 Hz. Even if the frame rate isn't even the biggest factor, guys, there are so many disappointments, and the addition of new problems like God rays is just, it's disappointing to a level I never expected that to be possible. It's like, is this really what we could do with $2 billion? Is this the best virtual reality technology has to offer? A lot of people have been taking the time to try to compare the Oculus Rift to the HTC Vive and the PlayStation VR, discussing things like full scale versus room scale versus standing, sitting, motion controls or no motion controls, different kinds of setups, and I can't help but look at all of that and just say, I don't care. If the Rift is supposedly the pinnacle that we have of optics, sound, ergonomics, and usage of virtual reality in a singular headset package, I am disappointed to no end. Is this our best? Or is this just the best that they could offer us? Is this the best they could offer us while trying to fit in motion controls? I don't really know anymore, and quite frankly, it's changed a lot of my opinions on things. Guys, the CV1 was disappointing enough for me to completely and utterly trash my belief or faith in the virtual reality industry to cater to the needs of me or possibly any other super crazy high-end user. I am not really going to proclaim myself to be the be-all and end-all of all opinions. You guys should know that, but since you're asking for mine, if you're watching this video, I just gotta say that I'm lost all faith in Oculus, HTC, Google, Valve, all these companies involved in virtual reality right now. They've clearly demonstrated they don't know what I guess they really don't know, but I guess they've clearly demonstrated that they're going down a path that I personally don't agree with, and I guess this is where I say I'm jumping off. The Oculus Rift CV1, guys, mind you, it is not a bad product. You guys are probably watching this review and thinking, oh my god, this is going to get like a 2 out of 10 or a 1 out of 10, or this is the worst thing ever. Don't. It's not a bad product, guys. It is an incredible experience, and I cannot dissuade anyone from trying the virtual reality experiences that we have available today. They're awesome, guys. Seeing a great white shark coming at you and reacting viscerally to the feeling that it's about to eat you is something incredible that you can't get out of any other medium. The sound experience and the gaming experience that you can get out of these headsets when they are working at their very best is incredible, and anyone who wants to dissuade you from thinking that it's gonna be worthwhile in the future, don't let them do that, guys, because it is amazing. But I'm not sure I can go tell anybody right now, if somebody, one of my friends just come over right now and said, hey Greg, should I buy this $600 headset? Should I buy a gaming PC just for this? I cannot in good faith say yes, because it does not feel like it was a worthwhile purchase for me. I have buyer's remorse, guys. I'm going to try to sell my DK2 to get at least some return on this investment. But the truth of the matter is, it's still awesome, guys. If you are looking for the best way to experience your sim games, if you're looking for the best way to view your 3D works and creations in the first person, if you want to see the best way to look at 3D porn, this is the pinnacle of what we have. I wish it were better, I wish we had more, but if this is the best that we have, that's the best I can recommend. Well guys, that just about covers most of everything. For the final scores, guys, I'm going to give you guys 2 different scores. I have my own personal ranking system that I introduced when I did the review of Sword Art Online. It's based on 5 lit stars and 5 shaded stars. Shaded stars being something that actively hurt me or actively dissuaded me or generally I feel distracted from my life. And lit stars generally refer to things that added to me or that I felt were valuable. The Oculus Rift CV1, unfortunately, lands on the bad scale. It is getting 2 shaded stars out of 5 for introducing things to the virtual reality problems that I wasn't expecting there to be to begin with, and for disappointing on a scale that I never imagined fathomable, and for entirely killing my faith in the virtual reality industry. I feel like I'm alone right now in the pursuit of different things, and I guess the Oculus Rift is partly to blame with that. But if I have to review it more objectively, in the scale that you guys are more used to, I have to give it an 8 out of 10. Because like I said, everyone, the Oculus Rift is an amazing product. It is apparently the best that we have in terms of optics. It is the best that we have in terms of sound. It is the best we have in ergonomics. And even if that disagrees with me and my personal objectives, I can't tell you that is a bad product because, truth be told, when I have a few friends coming over later today, they're all going to be trying it out. They're all going to be having a blast. And as soon as they get motion controls, they'll probably go even more crazy. But that's not me. That's not what I'm looking for. I'm looking for this. And until I get this, I'm going to give you my honest scores every single time. So, what's the final conclusion, guys? I can't recommend that you buy it. Wait, try it, do whatever you can. Just make sure that you are 100% cannot wait. I must have this before you purchase the Oculus Rift CV1. It's a great product, like I said. You just got to make sure without a single shadow of a doubt that it is the product that you're looking for. Right now, a lot of people would say go buy the HTC Vive. In a few months, they might say buy the Oculus with touch. I don't know where the future is going to be heading. All I know for sure is that whatever future the virtual reality industry seems to be envisioning or heading towards is not the one I'm going to be going towards for now. Who knows whether or not I'll make it to where I want to go before everybody else does, but that's just my perspective. And that's what this review is for. Thank you very much for watching this video, everyone. This has been MarkystalVR, or Gregory, logging out.